father is the late Glenn Allen Lewis of Poughkeepsie, New York. And so I moved down to North Carolina when I was about 10 or 11 years old. And my mom wanted to try to give me a different life. Thankful to her for that. And so I am the mother of three. I have my own law firm. My law firm here in North Carolina is actually located in Graham, North Carolina. It's called Ware Law Firm. Um, and also, I am a North Carolina licensed realtor. So I also sell real estate to clients as well. And so that's just, a little bit about myself. I have three daughters. My oldest daughter is 15. She plays basketball. Middle daughter is 9, and my youngest daughter is 7. And so they keep me busy.
Ask you again, what inspired you to become a lawyer?
I think at first, I think growing up, if we're just all honest with ourselves, Newburgh, my mom was a single mom, and the two careers I knew about were being a doctor or being a lawyer. So I think initially I decided that, I wanted to be a lawyer. Didn't really know how that was going to happen, but I said that I wanted to be a lawyer because I wanted to make more money, right? Because I saw my mother struggle. I saw my mother be a single mom. And so, as a young kid, I, told myself like I didn't want to have to struggle and work as hard as she had to work. And so I was going to find a way to do that. And so in my mind at that time, I thought that was to be a lawyer. And so, just as a kid, I would say, hey, I want to be a lawyer, but I didn't have any guidance. I didn't really know how to make that happen. And so I just knew, you graduate high school, you have to go to college. And so, I went to college. I went to the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, which is here in North Carolina. I majored in finance originally because I went to a guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor, a career counselor, is what they call them in college. And I went to a career counselor, and she says, "Well, what do you want to do?" And I said, "I want to be a lawyer." And she says, "Well, what if that doesn't happen?" She said, people major in political science wanting to go to law school, but what if that doesn't happen? What are you going to do? And so she said, "Here's a list of careers which show that you have analytical skills." So I picked finance. Um, and so I ended up majoring in finance. And my junior year in college, I found out that I was pregnant. And so I had to kind of get approval and things to be able to take classes that were closer to home so that I could have, my baby without stopping college, because it was ingrained in me that college was 4 years and I was going to finish in 4 years. So I went to a HBCU in Durham so that I could have my child. And so I, did my first semester of my senior year at that college. I had my daughter that semester that I was pregnant and had my daughter. I actually had a 4.0. I went back to UNC Greensboro after I had my daughter, and I graduated. I graduated on time, and I graduated magna cum laude. So I graduated, at the top of my class. And so at that point, I didn't really know, what I needed to do to become a lawyer. So I had that grateful that I talked to that career counselor because I had that background in finance. And so I went and worked for Fidelity Investments, and then I went and worked for a larger investment firm. Um, Now PNC, formerly RBC Wealth Management. And I worked there for a couple of years. And then in 2008, the market began to crash. And so, everyone in the financial services industry was losing their job. And so I said, this is my opportunity to do what I said I wanted to do. And so at the last minute, I brought a book from Barnes and Noble, and I was like, I'm going to take the LSAT. And I think that that was in like December. And I took the LSAT in December. I started preparing in like November. And I remember walking into the test. I was totally unprepared for the test. And I walked in the test and I had a migraine headache so bad. I mean, I bombed the LSAT. And I was just, I just remember praying, like, God, if this is your will, make it work. And so I applied to a few schools. And so I ended up getting in at North Carolina Central University School of Law, which is, again, a law school, HBC law school in Durham. And so I ended up getting into law school. I actually found out like 2 weeks before classes started that I got in. That's how late I was in the applying process. And so I said, all right, God, it's me and you. At that point, I had a 3-year-old. Amaya was 3 years old. And so I was like, all right, God, it's me and you. And so I, went back to law school. I ended up graduating number 7 in my class. And, God did exactly what he said he was going to do, which was he was going to see me through that process. And he did that.
That, you know what, that is so awesome. That is so awesome, because I had the founder of the Green Sector here, and we are women that encourage and motivate each other. And you, as a Black African American young lawyer, that's really inspired. What can you say to a young woman that will become a lawyer, even in all the odds, from the ghetto, the inner city, being pregnant? What advice can you give her if she had that desire to want to be a lawyer?
The advice is whether it's they want to be a lawyer, whether they want to be a nurse, whether they want to be a teacher, is I never would have thought, coming from Newburgh, New York, with a single mom, a dad that was a drug dealer, that I would be and will have accomplished the things that I have accomplished, right? Because the statistics tell me I should be in jail. Statistics tell me that I should be on welfare. And so if we look at what statistics tell us and we feed into that and we believe that, that's exactly what you're going to become. So there has to be a change and there has to be a shift at some point in your mindset, which is very, very hard to do. Is you have to shift your mindset to I want more. And what is it that I want? And there is nothing that can stop me. And I think, for me, having a foundation and just a relationship with God, I got grace and I got favor. I'm no different. Like he doesn't love me more than he loves the next person. And so sometimes you've got to encourage yourself because the other people around you don't have the mentality to encourage you. And that doesn't mean that they don't love you, but they don't know any different. If all you known is welfare and if all you known is, baby daddy after baby daddy, you don't know anything different. And so it is hard to shift that mindset. But how do you do that? You get around people who are different from you. And at first it's awkward, right? At first you're in the room with, you feel like you're not as smart as other people in the room, but don't let that intimidate you. Don't get jealous by that. Let that be a motivator to you that if she did it, I can do it. And don't be afraid to ask for help. If you don't know how to get to the next level, find and seek somebody out who can help you get there. And you'll be really, really surprised by the number of people who are a wealth of knowledge that would help you. And don't ask for anything in return.
I love how I love how you said that, because with me having my YouTube channel, and we had a meeting yesterday, and Shirley was telling me, Sheila, a lot of things I don't know when it comes to just social media, and they're going to teach me. I'm being around women who experience in social media and stuff like that. So again, I would say to you, being you, not just attorney, but you have your own law firm. What advice can you give someone who's saying, yeah, I could be a lawyer, attorney, by having my own law firm? I think that's too much. I'd be better off just, working for someone. What advice can you give that person?
I think, first of all, you have to understand that everybody has a different walk and purpose in life. And so not everybody is going to have their own law firm, and that is okay. Some people are, their purpose in life is to work for someone, right? I am grateful for the people that I employ because they help me to be a better me. So, first, I want to get off because I think a lot of times we have this, we open our own businesses and then we begin to look down on people who work a 9 to 5, right? People that work a 9 to 5, that's their purpose. If you are called to do more, right? If you are called to be an entrepreneur, be that. If you are called to be a 9 to 5 worker, be the best 9 to 5 worker that you can be. But don't not do something because of fear, right? So there's a difference in what your purpose is, and I am scared to take the next step, right? I think I posted something where I said, there is no plan B. Plan A must succeed. And so when I treat my plan A as if it has to succeed, that means I can't get distracted. That means I've got to put in a lot of hard work, a lot of energy. When people are sleeping, I'm up working. And so I think a lot of times we glamorize entrepreneurship, but I make money and I lose money. That's part of being a business owner, right? I have people that come in and who are on my vision, and I have people that want to take away from my vision. And so I think knowing the difference in those people is also having that gift of discernment when people come into your path, because a lot of people just want to take from you. And so, you've got to be able to discern, who's in your life because they're in your corner, and then who's in your life because they want to be you. And, you know, I think one of the other things too in being an entrepreneur is it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work, right? When my employees go home, they're home. When I go home, I'm thinking about, okay, where's the next piece of business going to come in? I got to make this payroll. I got to pay this bill. I got to do this. So there's a lot of pressure. Yes, I may have more flexibility than my employees have at times, but I also have way more pressure, right? Where much is given, much is required. So you've got to know that this is what you are purposed to do. And if it's not what you're purposed to do, don't walk into something else because you see what somebody else is doing or you see somebody else's end, right? You might see my end now, but how many tears did I cry? How many, sleepless nights did I have? How many, times did I want to throw in the towel? How many times did I want to quit? Right? How many times did, I've helped and helped and helped and that person slapped me in the face, right? So if you don't understand the story, that if you don't understand or don't know the story, don't covet the outcome.
And I love how you put that. See, everybody see a lot of people glory, but they don't know their story. They don't know the tears they had cried. They don't know in their midnight hours the study you had, the study just to get where you at. And some of us, we do look at other people and be like, wow, if they could do it, I could do it too. But some of us had to understand we had to just stay in our lane.
Right.
Like you said, don't look at, because I'm a lawyer, I have my own law firm. I'm not going to look at nobody have a 9 to 5. Hold on. We do have a lot of people who look down at people. And I like how you said that. Don't look at the person who have a 9 to 5, because what God had for us is for us, and I like your humbleness, I love that. You humble, you don't look down at nobody. You always encourage somebody. You always have a beautiful spirit because your mother, that's in our family. That's gift is in our family. And again, I say, I thank you. And I'm so proud of you being the woman you are today, and I'm giving you your flowers while you living. And this is my youngest cousin. She's not even 40 years old yet, and she have her own law firm. And Shy, I just want to say I thank you. I thank you. If nobody ain't telling you that today, I'm saying I thank you and I love you. And I want you to motivate those other women, because somebody need to hear your story. Somebody need to see your glory. Somebody need to hear your pain, all you went through. They look at your being a lawyer in your law firm, but they don't know the tears you had to cry in your midnight hours.
That's right.
Explain that to them. It's not easy being a lawyer. It's not easy taking that board. Did you pass the first test when you took it? Explain that, cuz.
I did. So when I graduated law school, in order to practice law, you have to take the bar. And so I was actually pregnant at the time I took the bar. Right, I got pregnant in my third year. So it's like every time I walked the stage, I had a baby or was pregnant with one. And so I just had a determined mind. People would say to me, aren't you scared that you're going to go into labor before the bar? And I was like, absolutely not. This, me, God, and this baby have an understanding that she's going to stay on the inside until I take this bar exam. And again, I think, life and death is in the power of the tongue. Like there was nothing in my mind that made me think that she was going to come before I had to take that test. And she didn't. She stayed inside until she literally came out a week after I took the bar exam. And yeah, I passed. I passed on the first time, but that was because I studied literally around the clock. I was, my friends and family were trying to plan a baby shower, and I was like, "You plan a baby shower? I'm not coming." And I say that because not to be mean, but you got to understand when you are on an assignment that distractions come to deter you from your assignment. Now, I'm not saying that me going to a baby shower on one occasion would have caused me to not pass the bar exam, but the bar exam is a beast. It was way worse than law school. And so understanding that, sometimes you've got to say no, even when you want to say yes. Why? Because I've got a greater prize for me. I've got something that I am waiting for. I've got something that I've worked 3 years for, spent a whole bunch of money to get. And I'm sorry, I can't let what you have going on right now distract me. Doesn't mean I don't love you, but I'm focused. I'm focused on my end goal. And I think a lot of times, family don't understand that if they've never been in your shoes, right? Nobody can understand who hasn't taken the bar the pressure that comes along with taking the bar. Just like somebody that loves you might not understand why you got to have a YouTube channel or why you have to have your own business or why you got to do this or why you got to do that or why you have this dream and why you have this aspiration. And I think a lot of times we look for validation from other people. Sometimes you got to dig down within yourself and get that validation from yourself and speak to yourself. There's a song that says, sometimes I have to encourage myself, right? You got to encourage yourself to keep going because other people don't understand the assignment that's on your life.
Love that. And I want to know how you did, being you was married, pregnant. What did your husband say to all this? Because guys, she's not a single mom. She's married. She's pregnant. She's going to law school. How did you handle all that? Was it a lot of pressure? I mean, what advice did your husband give you? Go ahead. He cheer you on what? What advice can you give to those marriage couple, young, and have a vision and have a goal? What could you say to them?
I think the best advice that I could give somebody is you have got to be with somebody who understands the assignment and the gifts and the callings that are on your life because they're either going to propel you or they're going to keep you back. So I think a lot of times we see red flags and we don't, we explain away those red flags. But when you have a calling and a gift on your life that is, when you have a calling of influence on your life, um, which is a very, very heavy gift to have on your life, right? Because you've got to be careful of all the things you do when you have a spirit of influence on your life. But whether it is a marriage or whether it is a friendship, make sure that you understand why people are in your life. because we put people out of position a lot of times, right? We put people in a friendship role when they're an assignment. We put people in a friendship role when they're just a long-term friendship role when they're just a seasonal friend. So we have got to understand why people are in our lives and what the reason is, right? Because I can't, if you're only in my life and you're my assignment, that means I've got to pour into you. I can't expect you to pour into me. And when I understand that, I don't get hurt when I understand that it's just a seasonal thing. And so, really my advice is in all relationships, make sure you understand the purpose. But more ever in a marriage relationship, make sure that the person that you are marrying can handle your assignment. Because if not, they are going to hold you back from your assignment.
I really love how you put that. I really love how you put that. And I have another question too. Like when your clients come to you
Mhm.
and it really, as being an attorney, when a person come to you, they come to you because they figure you the best of the best. And then when it comes to you in this situation, because I know my attorney, I have a good relationship with him, and we talk, we laugh. But in the day, I said, "Now I'm not playing because I want to know the in and out of my cases and stuff." What relationship you have with your clients?
I think I have some clients who, I mean, for example, I have one client who, cooks me dinner and, you know, loves me and had me, wants me to come to our house personally. And then I have other clients where it's just a professional relationship. But my philosophy is whether your case is going to be worth $150 or your case is going to be worth $15,000, I'm going to treat you the same, right? I'm going to give you the same respect, and I'm going to give you the same attention that I would give to, anyone. And so I think, I try to treat people the way they want to be treated. And so that means I deliver bad news, but I set expectations. I set expectations from the beginning because there's no amount of money that's going to make me compromise my true values. And my value is to value people, right? Because we all have things that we go through. And so I don't want people to say she was rude or she was nasty or she was this. So what do I bring to the table? I bring me to the table, my authentic self, my personality, and just I try to be, like I said, whether I'm in the room with millionaires or I'm in the room with people who can barely afford my services, you get treated the same.
And I love that. And can you tell the people what attorney you is? Because they're different attorney. So, can you explain
Um,
that to me?
so for the first half of my career, I did a lot of I did litigation, right? That's where you go into court and you're, in front of the judge and things. I am actually at a point now to where I'm beginning to shift. And so I am beginning to shift into a new arena, which is not necessarily new. I've been doing it since I've started, but I'm beginning to move more into real estate, estate planning, as well as like personal injury. And so those are going to be for 2022. We're in the process of just, revamping everything and to get us to the point to where those are the three focus areas. Um, the reason is I like real estate, right? People are happy when they come to me most of the time, and they are happy when we finish their case. Um, and then wills and estates is near and dear to my heart because I kind of treat wills and estates like a ministry. And I say that because as Black people, we don't plan for death, right? Um, when somebody dies, we are scraping together and trying to figure out what our next step is, right? And so because of that, I am, I take that personally because it's because of a lack of knowledge, right? And the people perish from a lack of knowledge. And so right now, I think there are a lot of African American families that are perishing because of a lack of knowledge when it comes to estate planning. right? We are passing on debt, right? Funeral debt to our families, and we're not passing on wealth. And so for me, that's personal. And so that is why, I have I keep that, right, because I feel like that is my personal platform to help the community. And then personal injury is just again, it's one of those areas of law where there is access to an attorney because the fees are generally paid on a contingency. And so the reason that I've kept the personal injury is because a lot of times there are a lot of firms out there that just treat people as a number. And so, because everybody in that field has access to an attorney, I want to make sure that, the people who might not have graduated from high school understands what's going on, right? And understands what their case is about, and they have a place, they have a law firm where they can come where somebody would treat them with respect and dignity. Good morning, cousin.
I love that. Where do you see yourself from, your long term? I said about 5 years from now as
I
an
think
attorney.
my 5 to 10 year plan is to continue to build the law firm, and to take on a more CEO role and not such an active role in the day to day business, but to where I'm, marketing. Also to build up my real estate clientele, and then really to branch into the area to where I let people really want to branch into the area to where people understand what is your story, how did you get here, so that I can help the next person, right? When you are blessed and you have the resources, God doesn't give you resources if you don't give them back out and pour into other people. So people have poured into me to allow me to be where I am. And so that next step, within the next 5 to 10 years, would be to, build into that, to tell my story, to, let people know what I've gone through and how I've overcome that. Because there's a lot of stuff people don't know, that I have gone through and that I have been through, that I survived. And so that is, my 5 to 10 year goal is to be able to really to tell that story and to help people build businesses, small businesses, large businesses, um, no matter their background.
And I just want to say, I don't want to keep you long, but can I open up the panel for like 5 minutes? Anybody would like to come on and just ask you a couple of questions? I would love for Shelly, if you have time, to come on. That's the founder of the Green Sector, and she really promotes women content creators. We call ourselves the Green Sector. Green because as being a monetized channel, we keep everything green. That's mean money or whatever. And if anybody else want to come on the pin, I'm not going to be that long. I wasn't even want to be this long. But get them, they want to ask you a couple of questions or whatever. Okay, hold on. Okay, if anybody want to come on, I put the link out there. But again, cause I really thank you, cause I didn't even think you was gonna come on today, and I ain't want to cancel because I haven't been feeling good. But I am so proud of you. I am proud of you, and you never told us how long you've been practicing law.
So August will be 10 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see yourself being a judge in like 10 years from now?
Uh, I've had some people ask if I wanted to do that. I did, uh, but I don't know. We'll just see where God takes me. I'll just be obedient to His will.
Okay. And then I would like to ask you too. So how many lawyers do you have in your law firm?
So right now, I'm the only lawyer. I have a receptionist, and I also have actually, I have two part time. I have a full time receptionist, a part time legal assistant, and I have a an office manager.
Okay. And heck of your cousin. Good morning, sis.
Good
Good
morning. Good
morning.
morning, Shalika.
Good
I
morning.
I am so proud of you. I love you.
I love you more.
Yes. So anything you have to ask her? Since you
I
want to
came
be
in late. I came in late, but I already know how great speaker she is, and I already know what she's about.
okay.
She inspired me. So
Okay. So do anybody in the chat anything y'all want me to ask her? I put the link down because I've been on for 30 minutes. I don't want to keep her too long because I know she busy. And I again, if nobody don't have nothing to say or want to come on the panel ask her anything, again, I want to thank you for your time. Out of your busy schedule, come here and come on my little small YouTube channel. Again, again, it's a blessing to see a Black African American young woman being a lawyer,
yes.
married with children, taking care of your business, not looking down at people. What you do, you're not doing it because of money. You're doing it because that's your gift and you love what you do. And that's what God called you to be, a lawyer. Before the foundation of the earth, when you was in your mother's womb, he knew you was going to be a lawyer. He knew this day was going to exist.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
just want to say, keep your head up, and what God had for you is for you. And,
God
anything you want
bless.
to say, Medina?
No, just you said it all. You
Mm-hmm.
said it all. Just keep doing what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
with your beautiful self.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I say you do look like your picture because some people when they came up they don't look like their picture, but that's here, there. But again, I want to thank everybody for coming, and again, I'm promoting more women, females, Black females because they always say a lot of negative stuff about us, but they never show us being lawyers and doctors and nurses, an advocate for the community and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
even here on the YouTube streets, there's a lot of negativity concerning a Black female. So that's why really I wanted to bring my cousin on here as a young Black lawyer and have her own law firm, to let them know that some of us are about this work in life. It's not just having kids and being on social service and asking the government to help them. We are out there making a change. We are the change we want to see in our surrounding,
Mhm.
you know? And being a lawyer, that's a big mantle you had. I mean, you can't just be a lawyer over a couple of years. That take a lot of studying, a lot of sacrifice. Even when I went to school, I had to, just my major. They say ain't really no major psychology. Just me had to, pass that with the degree. I had to, sacrifice a lot of things. I couldn't go a lot of places. I couldn't go out to eat. I couldn't hang out with my co-workers and stuff because I had to study. So being a lawyer, I know that's not easy, even taking no bars. I mean, I heard a lot of people said the first time they had failed and they had to take it over and over again. And
Yeah.
I just salute you. And I just want my sisters out there to be encouraged because some of us is about something, you know. Not everybody is out here asking for a handout. Some of us just need a hand up, and some of us doing that. And I want to, again, anything you would like to say to the people watching?
Again, I just really reiterate, and again, there's nothing different for me than somebody who is out there struggling, right? I mean, I didn't have my own room until I was in high school, right? Again, my mom was a single mom, so your current circumstances and your current situation does not dictate your future. You do. And there's nothing to be ashamed about if your current situation is welfare, if your current situation is food stamps, but do something. to not make that your future circumstance. And we all have the ability to be able to do that. Sometimes we don't know how. What do? We ask, right? There's no need to be ashamed for where you currently are, right?
Right.
When I was in college and I got pregnant, yeah, I had Medicaid and I was happy to use that Medicaid. I don't have it now. But we all go through phases of life, right? So don't look at your current situation and feel like you are behind, right? You are exactly where you need to be. Just don't stay there.
And I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people look at social service as a handout or a career or whatever. And like I said, if you need help, that's what it's for. You know, some people, you don't know a person's situation, why they need it. You know, some people worked all their life. They're on disability. They need a food stamps. They need help or whatever. And that's why at the end of the day, as I always say, don't never look at nobody down. Don't judge them like that, because you don't know the situation. You know,
True.
Some people did come against hard times. Right. And that's what some of us, we need to stop that. We need to stop persecuting people.
Right. I mean, the power of success is being able to be in a room with millionaires and being able to be in a room with millionaires, people that can help you, and also being able to be in a room with people that you can help, right? People that don't have money, people that need from you, right? So if you ever want to be able to obtain success, you got to be able to ask for help, and you got to be able to give help. And so keep that in mind, because if you can't pour out and you can't plant seeds, that means that God can't trust you. That means he can't trust you with greater. So you won't get
yes. Mm-hmm. That's so true.
Yeah. And Keystone was saying, send her information. I might got some work for her. Shy, I have a community tab and I have your picture on it. So if you could put your information under your picture or whatever. And then also, if y'all look on my community tab, I have her information about her a couple of weeks ago, because I was promoting you. Whatever you had put on Facebook, I had put on my community tab. And again, I'm a great, cut this off short. Thank you. And I guess I don't have nothing to say. Foot Soldier, thank you for coming again. Like I said, I appreciate you. I'm so proud of you. And keep on doing what you're doing. And
yeah, keep doing what you're doing, cousin.
I'm speechless. I am. I'm really speechless because reason why I say that, because I never thought I would be interviewing her, and that's a blessing, that having a young lawyer in your family,
Yes.
And a lot of people can't say that they have a young Black female lawyer in their family,
No.
So, like I said, we do in our family, but now we have a lawyer. I say I'm the lawyer without the. We always laugh
with the degree.
Without
you just missing a degree, right?
Yes, without doing the work.
Yeah, but I'm sitting up here with the lawyer, with the degree, with the law firm. So
that's right.
Again, thank you guys. And thank y'all for participating in this. And I want to thank the founder of the Green Sector, Shelly. Thank you again. Thank you, Big Sis, for always supporting me.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm going to do better. I'm going to be off for a while. But Monday, I'm going to start my workout videos. So everybody welcome. And thank you, Lisa. That's another one. Always support me, the Green Sector. Love you guys. Any last word, Shy?
I love you, Shalinka.
I love y'all.
All right. Thank you again.
See you soon.
Okay. God bless. Everybody be blessed. And I'll see y'all on the YouTube streets. Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.